Hello, everybody. Welcome to my first live stream. This live stream is mainly because Stuart here has helped me out so much, and today he's come along to help me do my first live stream, just in case I get any troubles. If there is any troubles, I will post it. It won't be postponed by Stuart tries and does the old on the keyboard sort of thing.
Yeah.
But that's all I want to say. Thank you all for joining me. As you know, here's my good friend Stewart Wood and
Hello.
mentoring macro and videography. If get it right.
We'll get there in the end.
As you can see, my nerves are a little bit, but I'll get round in a minute. Don't you worry.
Okay, so Lee's a little bit nervous. So first of all, what I want to do is I want you to let me know in the comments, are we coming through okay? Is the audio and the visual okay? Secondly, like Lee said, tonight's stream is mostly to test his setup, make sure that his computer is capable of streaming and that he knows what to do. So if there are any hiccups, drops in internet or the power goes off, then bear with us and we'll be back. If it's a terminal error, then we will post in the comments to say that the stream is over. So that's all the technical jargon out the way. Legally now is all of any advice we give you or anything we say is our personal opinion and may not necessarily be in line with what you agree with, and we don't care really, do we?
Well, we're here to have fun.
So,
just ask us anything. If we can answer it, we'll answer it. But the main thing is all enjoy. And thank you very much.
Sorry to interrupt you. Anders, can we have you as the bouncer tonight? Let me know in the comments, please, if we can have you as the bouncer. We've got Andros Maline's online.
Talk about nerves, come on. Anders Maline, one of the best.
CC photography.
Photographers.
CC photography's here, and we was was talking about you earlier.
Mr. CC, welcome, my friend. Nice to see you on here. Emma Giles, everybody, Emma Giles, nice to see you. Sue Alt, big shout out.
There you go. Okay, we got Anders as the tonight's bouncer. So if anyone plays up in the comments, he's going to kick you out.
Loud and clear, loud and clear. Glad you're all coming through. Now, come on then. Let's get on to the topic. Who was the first person that commented earlier? I want to see that.
Okay.
Who was the first person? Go back to the top.
Okay. So we have a question here from Janine. Is it? Hi Lee, just wondered if you could recommend a lens for me. She uses the Nikon Z50. But she's been using her iPhone with a macro lens for macro photography. So a lens for the Z50.
Me personally, Z50, am I right, Stu, is a crop sensor camera?
Crop sensor, yeah.
Yeah. So me personally, if I was going for with that, the your camera along with a lower. Now, I mean, it's up to your own choice, but with a lower lens, a sharp system, the value for the money there, I think you're going to get one of the sharpest cameras and lenses on the market. Personally, I use a 7D, and if they upgrade that 7D to something to your like you've got, I will definitely be getting one. Okay, the R7. Whatever.
You know what you're holding out for, R7. Yeah, for Z50, definitely I would look at two different lenses. The lower, that's going to give you on a crop sensor a 3.2 magnification equivalent. However, on a Nikon, it's a full manual lens. So if you're comfortable with a manual lens, I would go with that one. If you're not comfortable with the manual lens and budget persisting, of course, then I would look at either the Sigma or the Nikon's own 105 macro lens.
I do like the Sigma lens, so I must admit. Like so, I got a Canon lens, and like it says in my review, I'm lucky enough to use Stuart's stuff now and again when he ain't looking. But I have fallen in love with that lens, and for all I pay for all my gear, and I'm a photographer that's on a budget. So I like to do everything, as you know, is on a budget. So if I'd have come across the lower lens before I come across the Canon lens, I think I would have gone for the lower lens. But I do still love my Canon lens because it, like I say, I do use it now for macro and video, but for videography, doing my macro.
But what if Laowa weather sealed their lenses? That's got you.
Stop throwing these daft questions in. It's not for you to ask me questions.
Well, I'm just thinking if you go onto Laowa as well, they'll have it in stereo either side to fix their lenses and have weather sealed lenses.
Oh yeah, that good for Laowa yet. Trust me, I'm a one-man band. Anything interesting?
Right.
Hello, Tina.
We did have another one. Just
Lee Mansfield? I want to know who was the best YouTuber. I want to know.
Right, Phil Greaves wants to know, where do you get your hair done, Lee? I keep telling him to get a baseball cap.
Well, Stu was just on about this earlier because I've got a little bit of a grey patch. I know I'm grey all over, but I've got a little bit of a grey patch. And while I was there sitting there, he was like poking it. And I was like, yeah, okay then. So, Phil, I won't be answering that question, my friend. But when I come over, you know what's going to happen, don't you? What are you doing? So I'll be getting in touch with you. What's up my hair?
Nothing.
I thought you were looking at me earlier.
I've just got a question off the wife. The wife wants to know who's got the biggest ass, her or my spider.
Well, seeing as your wife isn't here today, and I pinched the frying pan off her, it's definitely the wife.
Is it hairy as well?
Well, when I got out the hot tub the other day, I say nothing, but it could be. I'm dead. I'm dead. Sorry. I keep looking over there because the comments are weird.
Okay, we got lots of comments coming in. Okay, questions. Steve Innings. What magnification do macro extension tubes give when used with a macro lens?
Well, personally, I've got up to about 3 times with my crop sensor, but with a full frame sensor, I can't really say.
Full frame, I got mine to about 1.7.
With 1.7, I can get mine to about 3 times magnifications, and that's absolutely stacking. When I mean stacking, I mean that's absolutely stacking my lenses. And plus the ones I've got extra as well, which I do try and put. I have pushed them to a far limit, but the trouble is with lenses, macro lenses, they're absolutely fantastic, and I still use them now. But in the middle, what happens is the more you stack them up, the plastic inside is shiny. So when you start stacking them up, you sort of get a ghosting effect, like a white. So what I suggest is I've seen, what's his name? Oh, yeah. Never mind him. What they do is put a black...
Yeah.
What are you laughing at?
Nothing. Go.
I'm a yum. I'm allowed to do this. They put black, like a black velvet, round to stop the actual shine that comes through, and it will help also gain... Like say, it gets rid of the ghosting, because what you got to think is the more lenses, the more you put on, plus the lenses. What happens is it don't go back together like this because of my grip.
I'm talking.
What happens is when you put them together and you got the weighty lens on, you get longer. It actually starts bending. So when it starts bending, it sort of doesn't let the light pass through the lens as much as what it is with like a stable bodied 1-to-1, 2-to-1, 3-to-1 or upwards. So you've got to sort of weigh it up. If you're indoors and you can hold it and support it, then you've got more of a chance of putting more extension tubes on. But more like I say, the more you go, you got to bump your...
I would say if you're after a lot more magnification, you're thinking about putting extension tubes on your existing macro lens, then I think the better way would be to put a Raynox on.
Yeah, because you're getting more, but less weight.
You can also have all of the extension tubes and the Raynox on there for even more magnification. But to be honest with you, at that point, I'd be looking at getting a 2 times macro lens.
Me personally, definitely.
It's just so much easier. A lot of people go, you don't need macro lenses because you've got these tubes. But these tubes are great for getting you started. But once you get serious, you really got to go to the 2 times macro lens. It's so much easier.
Plus, they're not weather sealed, so when you mount,
the lever is lower.
I don't care about that. I'm talking about my extension tubes. When the plus
what make are these?
I mean, good ones.
Viltrox.
Yeah, never heard of them.
Well, people keep asking me what make I've got.
Viltrox.
I bought mine 13 years ago.
And still using those?
There's no make on it.
But you're still using those?
Yeah.
Exactly. So what you're saying is we've got macro lenses, but you still use them.
You can't fail with extension tubes because they come in handy for everything.
I've even put them on my 50 to 400 mil.
Yes.
Yeah, my lens, and I've used it, so and not a problem. So, and my Sigma Sport went on there as well.
Anders says you got better sound quality than on my streams.
Anders, it's because I'm the main man. You know what I mean? Well, okay. We'll have a chat about the YouTube later. Sorry.
Okay. You talk about here we go. Do you always use UV filters on your lenses? That's an interesting one.
Yes and no. when I'm indoors, I take them off. Because the only reason I take them off indoors is because photography is using light. And I understand about the UV, but when I'm indoors, I make the light work for me. So 1 minute, like say, I use my Crafty Bells diffusers, but these, like Stuart's been pointing out to me today before we started, I was having a bit of trouble and getting the spider's eyes right. So he was showing me how to do it and get them right. And trust me, within 10 minutes, yeah, within 5 minutes, he'd sussed it out and he showed me what I was doing wrong. So, but when I'm outside, I like to use them because I want that picture more pristine, and with a natural light coming on the angles you can get, it does affect your picture. So when I'm outdoors, yes, I use them. Indoors, no. But another reason why you should use them as well is, like Stewart showed me one of his earlier videos, is he accidentally dropped one of his lenses, and it's like I said, for the sake of that UV filter, that saved his lens. And it does make a lot of sense, really, to think about it. And it is, even if it's a lowest quality UV filter, if you're outdoors, I'd seriously think about putting one on.
Actually, I'm going to go the other way because I don't use UV filters now.
He's a Spider-Man. Spider-Man. What do you think of his new t-shirt, anyway? Huh? Old Spider-Man.
Comment in the comments if you know what that is there. But when it comes to UV filters, now here's the thing, right? On the Canon 100mm, I don't use UV filters because it does affect the image slightly when it comes to the sharpness. But on the lower, you have to use a UV filter because they didn't ever seal the front of the lens. So, in a way, I haven't actually got a choice. I have to use one.
Yeah, but that's because he put...
But...
Did he put it on wrong, though?
No. But the lower UV filter that you have to have on the front of the lens doesn't actually degrade the image at all. No, and I've actually done tests on it.
No, because I've...
But the one from, I can't remember the manufacturer that I had for my 100mm from Canon.
And you did test it?
Degrade the image slightly.
And when we tested actual UV on it,
so
it was natural UV.
The answer to that would be, if you want the sharpest possible image, take the UV filter off. If you're in danger of dropping it, or if you're going to have some sort of debris that's going to come up to hit your lens, then keep it on. That'd be my answer for that.
I love to let the light work for me. So if when I'm indoors, I don't want nothing to stop the way I throw the light around my backgrounds and my diffusers, because you've seen before, the more reflectors you can see shining. So if I actually put something on there, I've got a chance of taking that off my image, so I don't put them on when I'm indoors. Next, come on, I'm loving this Sigma one. I should think you are, Wayne. You can't go wrong with Sigma. I can't knock Sigma, and I've never heard nobody say anything bad about Sigma. Sigma 105 lenses are. I've got all Sigma lenses. The only one I've had trouble with, and it's still here now, is my favourite. It was my favourite one. Is my little Tamron 90, and this was an excellent one until I dropped it. My fault.
Piss off! It was break before you dropped it.
Yeah, but
go on, tell the truth.
It was, yeah.
No, tell the truth. Come on. Tamron lens, and it was broken before you dropped it, not after.
Okay, yeah, because the aperture gets stuck.
Aperture again. 4th time a Tamron lens has failed with the aperture. And you wonder why I make flower plots out of my Tamron lenses.
I throw them away. I still use this now with these. Oh, I don't care what anybody says. This started me off and it's going to stay with me.
Okay, so you got Emma Jar says, so happy for you, Lee, for how far you are going or come. With your photography, I'll always follow you and help because you helped her and inspired her.
Bless you, mate. You know, Emma Giles is somebody I've grew up with, and I've known her from when she was in a pram and a pushchair.
My wife's bitching about something, but I can't think what it is.
That's me. So I've got a lot of respect and a lot of time for Emma. It has come a long, long, long way, and like I've always said, I'll always help Emma out. She's sort of more like a sister. So Emma, thank you very much, because you know where I've been and you know where I've come from to get to where I am today. So God bless you, Emma.
Alan Campbell says, how is the new light setup working with the new jumpers?
Perfect. Like I just said earlier, Stewart's helped me out with
let me just highlight that. Yeah. What? Okay, so who wants to see a preview of his latest jumping image, his jumping spider image? Let me know in the comments if you want to see Lee's latest image. that is literally only just taken.
Because what it is I've received today my new jumping spider from spoodenest.com, and when I mean I'm over the moon, I really am over the moon. I don't think you're going to get to see her here, to be fair, because it's thingy, but I cannot turn it around that way. Yeah. Whee! She's in there, but believe me when I say, can you see her? No. She is absolutely brilliant. I've received her today, put some food in for her. As soon as I put the food in, well, she was eating. Absolutely brilliant. She's pristine, so.
Oh, they all want to see it.
Is he going to be a whip lead, is it? Go on. There we go then.
What are you on about? Okay, so we are going to. So, bear in mind, because I am teaching how to live stream, okay, so when you get a situation like this, look, you switch your OBS to desktop. Okay. There you go. The latest image of a jumping spider. What are you going to name her? Or are you going to let the community know?
Well, this is what I wanted tonight as well. I want names for her. She's a female jumping spider, regal jumping spider, but I'd like somebody to pick me a name. If you want to pick me a name, drop the name in the comments and I'll have a look through later before I come up, and then that's what my spider will be named.
There you go. He wants naming suggestions for his new female jumping spider. If I correct me if I'm wrong, it's a Florida variant. It's a Florida variant of the regal jumping spider.
And Maria, if you're watching, thank you ever so much for sending me that. And I'm over the moon.
Phidippus Regis. It took me 2 years just to say that.
I can't say it now. I'm a yam. Is Jimbo in here tonight? Have you seen Jimbo?
Well, someone guessed right. Look, Spider's eyes on the t-shirt.
Yeah.
Someone wants to know, is your 100 macro the L series?
Yes, it is. Yes, it's it is. It's the L series version. Like I say, I can't knock this. I can't really knock it. Like I say, it's weather sealed. The plus, it has got image stabilization on, as you probably already know. Auto focus, manual focus, but no, mine stays on manual focus. So that's what I was saying about the lower lens. Image stabilization. It is a good thing. It really is. But in a real situation, when you're shooting with a diffuser, when I'm shooting with a flash, you don't really need, because you see handheld is quite easy. But if you're doing longer exposures and you're trying to handheld it, then yes, it does come in handy. But like I says, it's a brilliant bit of kit. But you know, 100 quid. Why couldn't you let me bring one out before I bought this? I could imagine another lens on top of that.
Okay. Paul Houserwood asks, Leeds Paul, what about the 60mm lens?
I can't comment on the 50mm lens, but
60.
Yeah.
I think he's talking about the low one.
The low one. If you're talking about the low one, I'm going to pass you over to a man that knows.
I've never used it.
Have you read it?
Oh.
Why didn't I send you one of those? I'm sorry, mate. I could really not answer that one.
I've heard good things about it.
I've not used it, and I've not even touched it, so I can't say.
Personally, I mean, if I remember right, the 60mm is the full frame lens. Personally, I'll give it the 100mm. Personally, because I just prefer the 100. But like I said, we haven't really used that lens much, so we can't really comment much on that one. Okay, next one from the Spitfire.
Oh, there was all.
Okay. Next one from Spitfire. Are UV filters really as good as they say? Have you ever tested them with your UV torches? Yes, I have. What was your result?
It wasn't UV. They actually say they are UV, but if you put them, we've got UV torches up.
He's on about the actual filters.
The filters.
Are they any good? Yeah.
No.
Do they block out the UV light?
No, because
mine don't.
No, because if you take them off and put a UV, actually test them as a UV, put UV, it still comes through. So
it goes straight through.
Straight through. Unless you're going to spend top quality money on one.
Yeah.
You know, they will do a bit. I can't say they won't, but they ain't as good as what you make.
Yeah, I think a lot of the UV filters are just glass. But you know, manufacturers don't want to say glass filter, so they call them UV filters. Would you agree?
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, you've got to buy top dollar if you really want to block out your UV light.
I'd like to say I'm a budget photographer, so I'll try everything on budget from Mr. Amazon UK or Poundland, should I say? But I'll try them all out, and I put the lights through them and one thing and I've been trying it. They don't seem to do.
Okay,
They
what
don't work a lot.
Says, hiya, I am just starting out with macro photography. I have a 60mm lens, but I'm finding it's not getting sharp enough details. Would you suggest a Laowa from your video or a Canon 100mm macro? So they got the 60mm, but they're not getting sharp images. To be fair, I mean, I'd need to see your image to let you know if it's a camera setting problem or whether it's a problem with yourself not being able to hold it steady. Saying that a lens is not sharp is, I'd say it's probably not the lens. There'll be something else like your camera settings.
Because just getting on to one of the comments I've just seen about the light. What was doing wrong with my light? Well, I thought, I got it all set right, but obviously I hadn't. When Stu came in and we looked through my settings on my flash, along with the settings on the camera, it totally changed everything. Like I say, I'm new to myself to photography and macro photography, but I mainly base myself on water drop photography, and my images are more of an art, where Stewart is more of a pristine, sharp as nails images. And I was struggling. I was convinced it was my camera. To be fair, I was, and trust me, it wasn't. It was just the way I had set my camera up. I was trying to do the same techniques on a spider as what I was trying to do with a water droplet, and it didn't work. Well, like I say, that's all it was. It wasn't down to the light. It was more down to me and my settings. So it's a learning curve, and that's what I'm all here for. That's why asking questions, and it does a lot, and it helps a lot of people more than anything else. Because if we don't ask questions, we ain't gonna learn anything. And trust me, I'll tell you the truth, and I'll give you anything I know.
It's a webcam, so when I live stream, I usually use my camera, but I think Lee's going to use yours in future, ain't you?
Well, what?
I'm
going to use my camera, yeah, because
we're going to be testing out some new equipment shortly. So keep an eye on our channels for that. You'll see that coming up. Right, here we go. Hold on. Am I going to go? You cannot fault the TAM. You cannot fault the TAM in 90. Well,
no,
I can. I can fault it.
I can't.
The ball's in Tamron's court. If they want to send us a 90mm to test, then we will test it out. But from my experience, Tamron lenses are always failing. So
I have had two Tamron lenses fail me. I've had this one there, and I've had a tele lens as well.
Listen, guys, we are only telling you the truth. So if you don't like that we're saying that Tamron lenses fail, that's up to you. But the fact is, we have had Tamron lenses fail on us.
Yeah,
and it's always the iris, isn't it?
It's always
the iris always locks up.
For some reason, it's just the iris always locks up, and I don't know. I'm going now with this one. I'll still use it, but we have to use it on the iris that it sets, so we always have to compensate everything else.
We've got a good question here.
It's got good glass.
What makes a good macro lens?
What makes a good macro lens? I'll tell you what makes a good macro lens, me not behind it.
I can tell you what I would want out of a macro lens. I would want the 2x macro from Laowa, the weather sealing from Canon, and the focusing ring from the IRIX 150mm lens. That would be my perfect macro lens.
Yeah, because we talk about Canon, but we have got other lenses.
The IRIX, that is an absolute
workhorse. It is a solid. You dropped on your foot and you're breaking your foot, and the lens will still carry on working. That's what I meant. It's a good lens.
IRIX is watching.
I don't know.
I dropped their cine lens the other day. Anyway,
no, but that's it's. I'd like
to be fair, though, the EOS R broke before, so it wasn't that bad.
I'd like 3 times, but I ain't never gonna get it. Maybe one day.
Well, no, if you can put that perfect lens on, say, the Z50, or if ever Canon brings out a EOS 7, EOS R7.
Yeah.
I don't know which one's the crop sensor for Sony. Is it 6600? On 6600, you only get 3.2 equivalent magnification,
and
on that lens.
And that lens is going to be like crystal clear, cut your fingers, and away you go.
Yeah.
So you're going to get the best. But
Laowa are really pushing the boat out when it comes to optics. I can say that.
But they really need to start thinking about the weather sealing and.
Yeah.
You know,
they need to bring auto aperture to Sony
yes,
and Nikon as
yes,
well.
yes.
And I have told them this as well, and they're working on it.
Auto aperture does make a big, massive difference. You know, eventually, what they're trying to do, I think, is them looking at a lower end. They ain't looking at a lower end market. They're looking at the lower people, well, the people with, you know, on a low budget like myself, and people, you know, I think I'm looking at that market, and that camera really does come into that market where it fits it. Okay, if they started putting all the rest of the stuff on you, then what's going to happen? The price is going to go right up, and then you ain't going to get a good sharp lens for that sort of price. So it's a funny care. I know I'd like.
If Laowa brought out a weather sealed version of their lenses with the focusing ring of the iris, I would pay up to £800 for that, even £1,000, because it's the workhorse. That's the one that's on the camera.
Yeah,
you ought to test for that. How many times have I used the MP65 since I've had the Laowa?
You ain't.
Not many times.
We went out the other day to try it.
And the reason is, when you go up to 3 times magnification, you're okay. Above there, you're starting to get into the realm of needing tripods and stuff like that, and I don't do that. So instead of
too posh for a tripod,
instead of having to swap lenses over, I'll just keep the Laowa on there and just crop in a little bit in post and get 3 times magnification that way. So
I'll just stick my 750D, 7D. It's all wet.
Yeah. Okay. Any experience with the adapter looks?
No, I haven't. But if you really want me to do a video on it, I could do a video on it. But I know people have used it and got it, and people say good things and people say bad things. Now, to me, like I said, I'm a budget photographer, and I can't see myself paying that price for that, because I can do the same things with my Poundland LED lights and my Amazon, you know, turntable and get the same images. So I can't pay just to buy the price on it. Plus, I do know the LED lights I'm using on there, and not actually the top quality LED lights. So
no, I've got one sitting at home, and that's probably the key phrase. It's sitting at home. So they sent me one for review. I did the review, and it was an okay review, apart from the thing falling apart while I was reviewing it. And it's been on the shelf ever since. But to be fair, I do less water drop photography than you do.
Yeah. As you can tell, sorry. Wait. As you can tell, I'm a torch man. I do all mine with my torches. So, you know, UV one, like I said, with just different torches, and that's what I find does my trick, because at the end of the day, the cheaper I can put them on a rubber a stand or sport them, flash them about, get what I want, and Bob's your uncle.
So one thing I don't like about the apple ducks is when you bend the arms into place, there's always flex where it's going to move backwards again. It's very awkward sometimes to get it in place. I just think they're also, you know, expensive for what they are. But if that type of lighting is your thing, then
go for it, because you know, if you got the money and you can afford that, then have it. Do you know what I mean? Because it probably would do the trick. But me personally, I can't justify it.
We've got another question here, Lee. Why do you use reflective backgrounds? David Mendel.
Oh yeah, right. I use a lot of reflective backgrounds because photography, the main word photography is what you're doing is you use it's painting with light. So photography is all about capturing the lights on your sensors, which you don't know. We'll get to this. Not that bit. So what I do is I use my reflective backgrounds because I can bounce the light round onto where I want, and if you see them, all different patterns on them, so they give bokeh effects and different things. So what I do is actually use, like I said before, I use the flash to actually illuminate my subject from the back. But what it does is, because the way I place it, if you watch some earlier video when I first started my videos, I actually hold a card like that as a flash hits it. So my subject's down here. So what it is, I don't put my flash at the subject, I point it at the card. So when it's the card, the light comes round and paints into my milk. or water, should I say, but I use milky water because milky water is a lot more forgiving and it casts a better shadow and gives you more of that atmospheric shot. So I've started with it and ended up with it.
Can you pass me a sponsored drink, please?
Sponsored by Coca-Cola. It's Stewart Wood.
Okay. We've got one from Lee Mansfield. He says, guys, the only comment I have for you both is to keep up the great work, as I love both your work and inspired me so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mansfield. You're a good gentleman and a kind sir. I shall try and keep it up as long as I can keep Stewart.
Someone sent me a DM, but I'm not going to look at that now because I got no signal. So I can't,
it isn't the miss, is it?
No, someone wants me to look at their images and give them feedback.
Oh, okay.
Or I might save that to the next critique. Yeah, I'll save it to the next critique. What do you feed your spiders?
Doris. Oh, I like Doris. I like Fizz.
I like Doris.
I can have Fizz.
Fizz. Well, we'll go on to that in a minute.
Okay, sorry.
Answer Tina's question.
Okay.
What do you feed your spiders? Right, so when you first get your spider, a general rule of thumb is the spider will eat any prey that's the same size as its body. So generally when you get your spiderling, which is the very young ones, you use fruit flies. When it gets a bit bigger, you can use curly wing flies. And then once they're big enough, you can feed them green bottle flies, and that's what I use. And I buy those off eBay. Now, you can also go with blue bottles with maggots from the fish and tackle shop. You can also use waxworms of different sizes as well.
I love waxworms. I watched the video on the waxworms. They
absolutely love waxworms.
Love waxworms.
So, like I said, general rule of thumb, don't catch anything from your garden because you don't know if your neighbours have sprayed it with insecticide. You don't know if it's been treated, the plants or anything like that. So don't catch anything live. But what you can do is feed it anything that's the same size of its body or smaller.
Then one thing I must say.
Yeah, and sorry to interrupt you, but one other thing is if your spider hasn't eaten it within an hour or so of feeding it, take it back out of the pot so it don't stress out your spider. Okay?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know what you're going to say.
I was going to say, yeah. And don't think that all jumping spiders are massive just because you see the pictures. It is. When they first come and them small,
right, so
different sizes,
names,
they are virtually the size of a pea. And then they take the more you feed them, like in sheds and grows, right. But they will get bigger. But them are great pets, but you're going to be and easy to look after if you know how.
Yeah.
Then that's the main thing.
The good news, if anyone out there is looking to get a pet jump spider, myself and Maria are going to be working on a jumping spider care video soon. So that will cover absolutely everything you need to know about jumping spiders. I
have done an unboxing today of my spider, and I must admit, I was brilliant. How she packed it was unreal, but I'm gonna leave you at that. And what I liked is when I first opened my box up and tub up, there was this little thing. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, sitting there, and I thought, is that my spider? I thought that's big. Okay, my new one's big, just about the same size, that to be fair. But I was thinking, what the heck's that? And then I put it back and I thought, I'll wait for Stuart to come in and let him have a look and open it because he can have him before he does me. But they won't bite anyway.
Okay, right, we've got some names here. We've got, you can't use Missy. I can't use Missy. Fuzz.
I like Fizz, not Fuzz.
Fizz. Fizz. Belle. I can't pronounce that one.
I like Fizz.
Clarissa. That's from that film.
Clarissa.
Yeah. Silence of the Lambs. Silence of the Lambs. I'm telling you, Silence of the Lambs. Ava.
Call him Snappy. I like that one as well.
Flo.
Fizz sounds nice at the moment because when it's not doing what I want.
Maisie.
I can get Fizz. No, I can get away with that, can't I? Then on YouTube. Good thinking. Lazy. That's me. That's stupid.
Maze.
Oh.
Okay, let's get on to
Yum Yum
question.
Yum Yum power, Mr. Greaves.
Yum Yum.
Some people think I'm Yum Yum.
Southwest Scenes. Lee and Stewart, you are both an inspiration to me, and I love what you both do. Well, thank you.
Bless you ever so much. I do appreciate it. I really do.
And if you do like what we do, then give it a like, subscribe if you haven't done, and share out the video because the more likes and shares we can get, the better the channels will grow.
This is
And as they grow, we can start doing more interesting stuff. Like some macro adventures together or something.
You nearly killed me on your last one.
Yeah, but it wasn't even in camera.
I know, but I had to carry the bags.
Yeah, I know.
I felt like the donkey. Donkey!
Okay.
Sorry, buddy.
Okay.
Leslie Rusha, how many?
Okay.
Oh, I don't know where I am.
Gents, love your stuff. This is from Martin and Kevin, by the way.
Bless you, thank you.
Love your stuff. Once and for all, Sony A600, lower 100mm or 65mm, best for working distance, depth of field, etc. I want to buy one. Personally, I go for the 100mm because you only get that that extra magnification with using a crop sensor camera on it. The 65mm is a 2x lens, and I believe, I have to check just check with Laura, I believe it's 2x on a crop sensor camera. So if you put the...
You look ugly with these glasses on.
Thank you. So if you put the 100mm lens on your A6000, you're going to get an equivalent of 3.2 magnification at roughly 150mm, would it be?
Yeah. I'm trying to work it out.
That's equivalent, okay? That's very important to remember that, because it's not actually 3.2. It's actually 2x magnification.
With these on, no? You'll look right with these on because I can see shadows.
Okay. Okay, what we got here?
Anyway, I'd like to say anyway, before Stewart butts in again, thank you all for watching and subscribing to my channel, because without you lot, I wouldn't be here today, and without Stewart and the people that have helped me along my photography path and my mental health and one thing, but trust me, I won't be sitting here now doing this in front of you lot. And trust me, without Stewart giving me a kick up the arse, I'd have probably packed it in a long time ago. But this is what friends are for. So if anybody out there who's suffering with mental health or anything else, listen, give them a call once a day or once a week. Let them know you're there for them. Believe me, it makes a big difference. Without Stewart, without being able to call Stewart and say, Stewart, I'm having a crap day today, mate. Blah blah blah, and he goes, oh, shut up and blah blah blah. Gives me a boot up the arse. I'll be lost out. But without you lot, giving them nice comments. Like I say, it won't be
a nice comment just helps the day go along, I tell you that.
It does.
Okay, we have a
Comment
question
today
for
keeps
you.
the doctor away.
This is definitely a question for you, okay? Leslie Russo asks, I use a kit lens, 18 to 55mm and extension tubes. Yes. I have trouble with focusing on the dandelion clocks sprayed with water. Is it necessary to focus stack, and are there any free programs?
Right.
Getting serious now. Took his glasses off.
I can't see them. Do me anything. I still can't see them. Well, I started off with exactly the same setup with you as you, and I've never stacked an image in my life. Never. I don't believe in. Well, I'd love to be able to stack, but I'm just that thick. I can't. So I'll stick to my basic. I'll stick to my basic settings. Sharpness. If you want sharpness, the best thing and the easiest thing to get sharpness is get yourself a table lamp. And when you're focusing, get the table lamp over the top of your subject. This way then it illuminates your subject a lot better. This helps you then to dial in so you can get it a bit sharp, as sharp as you want. You can get it because you can see more detail with a amount of light point over. And that's, I do it all the time. I've got a little desk lamp and I put it on, or just a normal torch, and I make sure it's highlighted, and I look in and I'll dial in until I get it smack bang on. Once I've got it smack bang on, then I just simply turn the lamp off. I know I've got what I want then. If you're indoors, like doing water droplets, it works out a lot easier. And you've got to be on. I'll be doing on a tripod as well. I don't handle them because I like to get them sort of thing. But if you notice, if you have a look at all my images, people keep saying, how do you get them so sharp? They're not all sharp. If you have a look at some clouds, mine have got more of a soft feeling because that's who I am. I'm a macro artist. I like to call myself more than a macro photographer. Well, I am a macro photographer. But any free programs, Stu? What would you suggest other than that? Because I like to say I use...
Not ones that work.
Yeah, so I use Lightroom and Structure.
However, you can get a 30-day free trial of most of the focus stacking programs.
There's a man on CC Photography. He knows all about Luminar. If you want to talk about
Don't
Luminar.
start, man. He's quiet at the moment.
Hello, CC.
No, that's like waking a baby up at night.
Yeah, but CC.
You know?
I like CC.
Okay.
Who asked somebody asked how long we've been doing? I've been doing photography.
Okay, Lee, another one for you, Lee. Would you consider doing an episode showing us how to make a water dropper from fish tank equipment?
Not a problem. I have done one, but what I shall do is I shall do another one. So what I'm going to do is actually put a diamond on, because that one I did was like a sort of, I just started. I don't know a lot about YouTube, and Stuart's been showing me today is if you look back at some of Stuart's start ones, and believe me, they make mine look good.
Yeah, I wonder if Elric's watching.
Well, he should do, shouldn't he?
Yeah.
But to be fair, I'm going to do, because it was a crap recording, and I know it's now, like I say, Stuart's been helping me build my videography up and whatever, so I will do a new one where I put all dimensions up, because I have done one, but I promise you I'll do that one. And it works as well, you know, because you've seen the pictures, so there you go. I'll be on that one.
Okay, I got one for me. What's my main camera? My main camera is the Canon EOS R. Fantastic camera. Ignore what people say about it, because they're just people that read off specs. You know what I mean? So they read the specs and go, that's a crap camera, but when you use it, fantastic camera.
All right, Paul. I really did enjoy the chat on Saturday, mate. You're a superstar. Sorry I couldn't take your call today, but like I said, I've been absolutely busy. I've been trying to sort this live stream out, one thing and another. I've been doing a bit of work, so I couldn't answer. I do apologise, my friend.
I think this is a follow-up question here. Is there a better kind of light bulb to use on the desk lamp, or does it not really matter?
It does. Do you know what? That's got me. I ain't been on, sorry.
I can answer it if you want me to.
Can you? So this is what I use. This is what I bought off Amazon UK again, yeah. And all it is, you come with a soft box. I don't know what lamp it is. What's this, Stuart?
But I don't know.
Yeah, sure. What's that?
45 watt.
But it's a soft. It's an energy. That's it.
However, the important number on here is the white balance.
Which so on here, keeps asking me what my white balance is.
Yeah, I'll keep asking what his white balance is.
I don't know.
So if you look on your bulb, whatever bulb you use, it'll have a white balance. This one is a 5500 Kelvin. So when you are taking photos of it, you go into your camera settings and select a white balance of 5500 or whatever matches the bulb you're using. Now the lights I use when I'm doing my videos are 4000 Kelvin. So to get the white balance correct, so that it doesn't look like I'm all orange, you set the camera to 4000 Kelvin. And when I'm doing my B-roll, I've got a, I think it's a 56,000 Kelvin LED light. And in between that, I've got a massive sheet of tracing paper to basically make the light go all soft and fluffy. There you go. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll prepare later, mate, don't worry. Is any electricians in there? How many people's put a light bulb back?
CC Photography says shots fired.
Boom, boom. Come at me, CC. Come at me, bro. How's your potato computer, mate? I'm only joking. I might need yours.
That's my computer.
Is it?
Speaking of that, in case anyone's on here that's from my channel, no video yesterday because my computer crashed and corrupted the save file on Premiere. So I think it was about 4:30 this happened, and I looked at it and thought I could possibly get it edited out the same night, but it'd be a rush job. I don't think you guys deserve a rush job, so my next video will be out on Thursday because of that, and I still haven't figured out why it crashed.
He still can't figure out what he's doing either.
Lee, when is your Instagram and Facebook page going to be up and running? When's that going to be done?
I'm working on it very, very hard, but the trouble is I've been working on that much to do with the editing because I haven't been able to create nothing. So I've had to put that a bit on. I had to put it on hold while I sort of sorted this out because I've had major issues with my computer. I've had a rebuild, which Stuart knows because he's done it. So he's had to do a lot of programming because I don't know what happened. But it all went pee-dong.
It's a typical case of software being updated and not being compatible with old hardware. It's as simple as that. So when he updated to the latest version of Premiere, it wasn't compatible with his old graphics card. But thanks to BenQ, who are not sponsoring this live stream, right, I had to buy a new graphics card late last year. So Lee has had my old graphics card, which is compatible with the current version of Premiere.
It's a little star, really. That's why I've been a little bit quiet with not putting any videos up. So I'm trying to get a bit better quality than quantity, because I know a lot of people, my sound was poor, and I'm thinking, well, we'll get there.
Ulrich's watching, so do you want to grill him live? We're going to grill Ulrich now live.
Right, there's a lad on here, and he's absolutely fantastic. When I mean, he's so talented, it's unreal. Focus stacking and close, extreme macro, it'll blow your mind away. And I mean, blow your mind away. We've been trying to push him to get off his arse, to be fair.
Quite hard, actually. Fair.
Well, yeah, if I was over there, I would kick him up the arse, to be honest. Yeah. But he's a bit like me, how I started off. He's too scared and, timid. Hesitant, should I say, that he's going to fail and whatever. But if you look, like I says, we was watching Stewart's earlier videos, if you want to laugh, right? If you think
Ulrich, if you want to get an impression of what it's like, go and watch some of my first videos and you'll see me. I started with this exact webcam and a 650D. That was it.
So, it makes me look good. And that's saying something, mate, innit? Come on, you know how thick I am.
I was actually thinking of doing a YouTube live where I actually watched one of my old videos back in real time. Yeah. But yeah, Ulrich, just go on my channel, look at my first video. Pick the first 5 videos, have a look, and it will show you that you don't need good equipment to just start. All you got to do is just start. That's it. So all you got to do, just start.
If you don't know, I'm going to be on your case tomorrow anyway, so get ready for me.
Yeah, we're going to be on your case.
Me.
So, yeah. Okay, let's have a look. Up here, there's Ulrich just there. Look. Could you do a video of bubbles in a glass like champagne? That's for you, because I do bugs.
Yeah, no problem.
You have to write it down then, because you're going to forget it.
Just keep talking. Okay. Come on, you're supposed to fill in here. Excuse me, one gets a piece of my paper.
Okay, Paul says you need a lamp with a CRI of 90 plus. Not really. I mean, it's better, but you don't have to. You can always start with a nice cheap lamp. It doesn't really matter, to be fair. Emma and Anders are talking about something. I can't understand what they're going on about. They're going about we'll have to work on it or something like that. DC photography, buy a daylight bulb. Yeah, again, you can buy a daylight bulb.
There's lots of options. What I'm saying, like I say, it's just weird recommending.
The bulb I use for my videos is a £15 bulb from B&Q. Just stick it behind an umbrella and I'm good with that. I do most of my B-roll with it as well. Hi guys, what's the make of your studio lights? Great work, by the way. Well, I kind of answered that just. I use a £15. Is it Dali? Dial bulb. It's £15 from B&Q, and I think it's a 4,000 Kelvin bulb at 2700 lumens. And I use 2 of those for my studio. What do you use?
Where's this cheap and nasty?
It's all cheap and nasty.
It works.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's what I'm saying. It's a cheap and nasty one.
My studio lights, you've seen my setup. Okay. My studio lights cost £30 altogether. That's it. There's no aperture 120D. There's none of that. Yeah. And to be fair, the aperture wouldn't even fit in my bedroom to use it anyway. So even if aperture were to go, oh, here's a 300D, would you like to test it out? I'll be no, because I can't use it. There's not enough room. So I mean, I was thinking about doing a behind-the-scenes video in my studio.
You need to really,
because I have to actually get up to the lights in the ceiling, undo the bulb that we normally use, plop in this £15 bulb from B&Q, and then do my videos.
Stand on the bed, do the bulb, get back off the bed.
A lot of people think I've got a dedicated macro studio, and I haven't. It's like me. It's up the corner.
It's like me. I'm in my living room. My wife's golden, and like I say, it lets me use it.
Okay.
I just share with the dogs, but not.
That's great info about matching the Kelvin. Good, because I haven't learnt that this year.
And I know nothing about it, so new one for me.
What do you think about using a Sony RX10 or bridge for macro? Never used that camera, afraid, so I can't comment on that.
You might be forgetting, I've started photography only 3 years ago, so it's like I'm in a crash course of photography sort of thing.
I think this next one's for you from Andy Taylor. You know Andy Taylor, don't you?
Hello, Mr. Taylor. Andy Taylor is one of my biggest and most praised person and photographer that is going. You'll always hear me mention Andy Taylor. He's he's a god. When I started off, he's the man I used to go to and say, Andy, I'm stuck on this. Andy, I need it. How do I do this and how do that? And he's he's got brilliant Facebook groups, and he does reward everybody on his Facebook groups.
Sorry, but I've got to nick a peg off you.
What, pinching my pillow?
Because my arse has gone numb.
Yeah, but I'm shorter, because it's like a booster seat. But Andy Taylor, like I say, Andy Taylor was always there for me, and I've met him once, and I can't wait to meet him again. He's got a lovely wife, and it's but go on then, roll it on.
Okay, he says, what is the speed of a water drop in splash art photography?
I don't know, bro. No, I know Google will find out, and okay, can I answer that? Andy, you give this on. It's all right. I'll phone you in a minute.
I can answer that if you want me to.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's as fast as it drops. Anyway, so I've got one here. Stu, love the macro Facebook groups. Glad you got the non-insect one back working again. Yeah, I closed it down for a couple of weekends back, because people were being idiots. Simple as that. So it's called non-insect, and for me, I thought that would mean don't post any type of insect, spider, whatever. And then people started posting spiders, going, well, technically it's an arachnid, so it doesn't class as an insect, so I had to close it down.
It was actually made for the sake of people. Like
it's made for water drop photography, but I'll just call it water drop photography, haven't I? Anyway.
No, Mum!
What we got? Oh, so Anders says, yeah, Ulrich needs to get off his behind to accurately do more shoots. Yes. I think it means actively do more shoots.
I need to lose some weight.
Not you, Ulrich.
Oh.
Don't!
Belly's gonna get you. Okay.
You're live on YouTube, don't do that. Okay. Okay, we got Spitfire says, loving the new opening on the videos, Lee.
Thank you so much. That's another one I actually chose that about 3 months back, but I couldn't put it together. So I had to get Stewart to show me how to do it, because like I says, I'm not the cleverest on computers. So I had to get it. But like I said, this is me and my editing. I'm a strong believer now. When you do a picture, the better you can get that picture, the less editing you do, the better it is. So for me, because I'm not a big editor, I'm not a big fan of Lightroom or Photoshop. I don't know how to use them. And like I say, I keep practicing, and someday I will get there. But like I said, get the picture perfect as close as you can first time. Use what you've got. Use natural lights. Use indoor lights and everything else. And there you go.
Ulrich, he says he's actually trying out an idea for video right now. We'll be on to him tomorrow. We'll be on to you tomorrow.
As long as you're not copying my water droplet idea you gave me the other day.
Bill Bell says, do you use reflectors and or diffusers?
Bill Bell, look what I have in my hand here, my friend. Crafty Bells all the way. You know I do use them, and Mr. Stewart. We've already mentioned you. And good morning. Glad to see you got out of bed early. I hope Mrs. Bell's all right.
Okay, apparently the audio's out of sync. Nothing we can do about that, I'm afraid, if the audio's out of sync.
You're joking.
Lee, you need to do behind the scenes like Stu does. It's a good laugh. People like to take the laugh, and take the mick out of you. Do we need to do too much editing in macro? Now, there's an interesting question. That's like yin yang, like Marmite. Like Marmite, you either do or you don't. So I prefer to. I don't like the dust and everything on my macro shots.
I don't like to. Like I just said.
I would say the amount of editing I do depends on my final output. If I'm going to print, I will heavily edit out dust and little particles and stuff. The only thing I don't edit out is pollen, because I think that looks nice on an insect. If it's going to Facebook and it's just like an Instagram post to just say, you know, hey, look at this latest shot, then I don't really edit that much out.
I ain't a big fan. Like I says, it's technical, and if you start messing around too much, you can actually tell the if you're not good at editing, you can actually see the difference when you edit. You can see where people have actually edited, and I don't like looking at pictures where they're mildly edited because you can actually tell. You can tell where they've edited. I think sometimes a plain image can be better, or an edited image can be better than an edited image. So I try not to. I try to do it all in one.
Okay, Andy Taylor says, answer, a droplet with a diameter of 3 millimeters has a terminal velocity of approximately 8 meters a second. Okay, so let's throw back to Andy. How long in meters does it take for the drop to get to terminal velocity? Okay, we'll wait for that answer to come back.
I'm not good at Cluedo. Good morning, Peter. Nice you to join us. Peter's from Australia and a good friend. Have you know Peter? He's a nice, really nice bloke. I met him. I love what did you like, by the way? Don't worry.
Okay, we got Heather says, can I just say it is so good to find someone who doesn't want to show off their fancy gear and how good they are, but who generally love sharing their journey and helping others who are learning. So another thank you.
I tell you what, this is what I'm here for. It's like I said in my first video. Andy Taylor gave me so much, and for me to give back, the only way I can give back is to share what I've learned off Andy with all these years of experience. Because without Andy, like I say, with the experience, like now up to now with Stewart and Darren Kamek, he's no one. He used to take me out doing my wildlife pictures. You know, without him, I couldn't even clean my sensor. I couldn't even work the camera to blow it all out. This is what I'm. So learning and sharing. If more people shared, photography would be a lot better place, and it is anyway. But it'd be a lot better.
I have to do it the hard way.
Just because
I had no one I could learn on.
No, you didn't, because like you say, we looked at your first videos and we went back through them, and I said, "Damn, I was so lucky because I didn't have. I've got all you lot here, and whatever, and Stuart and Andy and Darren, but." He actually had nobody, because when I seen his first video, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, if you want entertainment, go and check out some of my first videos. Like I said, this camera we're using now is the one I actually started my YouTube channel with.
Police, it don't look this good.
No, it doesn't. It does not. Okay, so we got YZB. For starting out with macro photography, would you suggest the Canon 100mm or the Laowa 100mm 2 times? If you were going to buy one, which one would you get? Love your videos. Can I answer that one?
Yeah, go on then. I'll answer it.
I have both lenses. I have the Canon and the Laowa, and right now my Canon is sitting on the shelf, and the Laowa's in my bag. So I'd go with the Laowa every single time.
Now this is to me. It's not being biased, but I love my Canon lens. But like I said, I'm on a budget. Everything I do, it's on my video. It's always Poundland or Amazon UK, and my 750D, or my 7D. But for me, when I had to go out, when this one packed up, I was thinking, that's it. I've had enough.
You dropped it because it packed up, didn't you?
It did pack up, but I thought, that's it. I've had enough, and I want to get into YouTube. And I was enjoying more macro, so coming from wildlife photography. So I thought, you know what? Decided I'm going to go and make a Canon. But I did ask Stuart first. And he was testing the Oryx, and he said to me, I'd wait a bit really, I'd wait. But me not waiting, I thought, you know what, sorry, bite the bullets. £800, I went to bought me the Canon lens, and I've used it, and I get great. I like my pictures anyway, but after using that Laowa the other week, I was pig sick really, because I could have thought to myself, I could have saved 400 quid.
Well, forget about saving. If we just go for the average price of the Canon lens, which is around £900 average price in the UK, right? You could have the Canon lens, or if you go lower, you could have the 100mm 2 times macro lens and the 25mm 2.5 times to 5 times. Yeah. The same price as the single Canon.
Yeah, you could have two for the same. You're right. You're right.
Apparently, we're live on YouTube. That's just popped up. Your computer's a bit slow.
Bit like me.
Well, so again,
stop putting your nipples out. Do you want plasters for them?
It's cold in here. So I hope that's answered your question there. Personally, I would go with the lower lens.
50-50. I like lower.
Okay, let's have a look.
I just think them.
You entertain them while I look to see.
I just think that lower, like I said before, he's come on the market with a good quality lens at a very low price, and like I said, most of my viewers and budget. I'm all for the lower end photographers. When I look on Facebook groups, I love your pictures. I mean, some outstanding pictures. But what I tend to look at, and I'm going to be truthful, is I look for the people. Yeah, because you'd probably think I don't watch, but I do. I watch out all across the Facebook groups that I'm in. And I know the people who post and whatever, and I can see how good you're getting or if you're improving. Now, to me, it hasn't got to be the best picture, but if I can see you improving, that means more to me than what it is to somebody who's got a perfect image. Because if you've got a perfect image, my job's done. You know what I mean? You've got to something where you like, and you can sort of go on. I'm more for the lower end people, and then when I see them, that's when I like to sort of, comment, yeah, brilliant, fantastic, I mean, great work into this. I do not give, I can't turn around and give you criticism because I don't do that. You ask me and you personally message me on my Facebook or Messenger or whatever, then I will openly tell you. But to me, you're all doing great, but them at the bottom are doing fantastic, and I like them better. And I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's why I've kept all my old equipment.
Yeah.
At any one time, like that last live stream I did, everyone said put the lower lens on the 400D. I can just go and do it.
That's it. It's nice, and I like to go back to basics because, basics is the best way to be. If we can't all, if you can get to basics, if you can use a basic camera and get brilliant images, just think what you could do if you ever had a decent camera and what you could do then. You know what I mean?
So I have a phrase that I've always used for the last 2 years since I started it, and that is the expensive equipment doesn't take better pictures. It makes it easier to get the shot. So if you take, for instance, my Canon 400D, I can get the same shot on that as I can with my Canon EOS R. It just takes more shots to get it than the Canon EOS R.
Oh, that's it. Yeah. It's like me, 750D all the way. Like, I'm still using it, and I'm happy with it.
Crafty Bells is here. Apparently they got Phil up for the special event.
At least they wake up this time when he's on the toilet.
CC Photographer says Crafty Bells for the win. Love their diffusers. They are great diffusers.
We all know they are good diffusers. Right. They've got great stuff on the market. Not only do the diffusers, they've got other ranges on their site. So you really need to type in Crafty Bells and have a look on their websites because they're brilliant. Yes, they're from Australia, but they do imports to all over the world. So.
Paul Hazel says, lads, the best hour watching you guys. Well done. Thank you very much. The nerves have gone there, haven't they?
My nerves are right now. I'm a bit flowy.
Carol H says, reply to the presets. Where are these for sale? She's talking about my presets, obviously. StewartWood.com. Easy.
Vintage Dandelion. Border control. Vintage Dandelion.
You gotta do it. You gotta do it. Vintage Dandelion's only going to be there till probably the November this year, and then there'll be a new set.
I thought I'd say that, CC. That's one for you, mate.
Helen asks, Lee, when are you going to do an out in the field workshop?
As soon as this, like you say, a lot of people know that I was going to travel around the country this year and do a lot of workshops out in the field and different things. But with the coronavirus and one thing and another, it hasn't actually allowed me to get out. And really, to be fair, I could do with getting out and doing them, but sadly I can't at the minute. But like I says, I'm upgrading my sites. There will be a website coming on soon. There'll be my Instagram, the new Instagram site, just for dedicated to my followers and everything else. Because what I want to do as well is each time I put a video up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and put a theme to it or give people a challenge where they can post the pictures. Just as a bit of, fun and, trying to get everybody together. Because I think this has come off, like I say, Paul, a good friend, and Spitfire is recommended this to me. So I think he'll be a good idea because I'm all for you, like I did the one before and I cocked it up and I had to take it down, but I will be doing another one. Because I'm more for my supporters other than anything else, trust me.
Okay, so Yeah, that's a good idea. When are you both going to do a photo workshop? Keep an eye on the website. That's all I'll
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
Right, do you both earn a full-time living from macro photography? No.
Do you know what?
No.
I've just been made redundant. I can't even buy a vlog roll.
We do this because we liked to
that's
do
what it's
it.
all about.
And I don't know why you started YouTube. I started YouTube because some of my friends, particularly Roger, was interested in watching me grow as a macro photographer. And then when I started YouTube, that gave me projects to do that would, help push me forward, and it still does to this day. You get different projects in your head, and then because you want it on YouTube, it pushes you to get them done instead of just giving up halfway through.
It does, don't it? Me personally, a lot of people know my background. I started off because of mental illness, and I started off doing photography. And whatever, every year, I give myself a challenge what to do. And my first year was get a camera and get up into some Facebook groups, and I did that. And I was getting through. This is where I met Andy Taylor and Darren Kamek. And then my second year was to enter some competitions. So I didn't tell nobody. I just entered the competitions with some awards droplets, and I got through to the shortlist in the British Photography Awards. So I was well chuffed with that. In the third year, I thought my anxiety, my depression's getting all right here. It's sort of flowing. I'm going to give it a little bit more of a stab and see how far I can go. So I decided. My wife turned around to me and says, "Why don't you do the YouTube channels? I don't know where to start." So she pushed me into doing the YouTube. And my goal was for the year to get 100 subscribers. That was it, 100 subscribers. That's all I wanted. The aim was actually to do a video and try and beat my fears. And so I did it, and this is where I met this crazy man here, and I get rid of him now with, yams together. But that's what I do. I can't make a living out of the photography. I'd love to.
Yeah. Well, the answer is no, basically.
Yeah.
Poorly
paid YouTubers.
Emma Jar says she's asked a question about the merch, but I haven't seen it. So can you ask that question again for me, so I don't have to go up and find it?
The merch, Emma.
Merch. I know.
You leave my merch alone.
Bob Browning says, Bowing, sorry. Lee, when I started out, I did macro on a budget and used a reverse ring on mine. Reverse rings are great. I've got my best image in my portfolio is taken with a reverse lens.
Do you know what? I bought a reverse ring. I must say it. I bought a reverse ring and I've lent it my friend because I put it on and I didn't know how to. It was brilliant, yeah, but it was like, God, this is a bit close. Do you know what I mean? I couldn't even. I was like, whoa. So I've taken it off. When it went on I've always used extension tubes. I love it. I have got one, like I say, but I love them. I'm an extension tube fan.
I've got a lot of thank yous. This is what I hate. The chat just bounced and I can't find where I was. How do Canon justify their lens prices, or they don't have to?
What?
How do they justify the prices?
I don't know how Canon do it. Trust me.
I don't know, because the manufacturing and the engineering required to reverse-seal and produce that type of lens. Because you've got to remember that the Canon has autofocus. That's a large piece of glass that has to be moved. Okay. They also have image stabilization.
Yeah.
They also have reverse-sealing, so all that adds up. So what Laura do is they literally go, well, that's no good for macro, bin it, and then produce a cheaper lens, basically.
We'll keep that glass because that glass is the best glass we can get.
What I will tell you is if you have both in hand, the Laura and the Canon, you can tell where the money has been spent.
Yes, you can.
You can tell.
You can see that Canon have spent a lot more into the investment of what's in the Canon lens. And you can feel the quality. You can feel it. I mean, Laura is solid. It is like in the same way, but you can sort of.
You can tell where the difference is. Well, here's the problem as photographers. Me, I don't know about you, but with me, I only care about the end result of the image.
That's all I'm interested in. I'm only interested in taking a picture. I'm interested in enjoying myself. That's what I'm interested in, to be fair. Enjoy myself, getting a great image, and at the end of the day, that's it. If I go out on.
Okay. Have we ever used the Sigma 105 f2.8 macro? Nope.
No,
It's the equivalent to the Canon one, I believe, if I remember right. Apparently, it's just as good as the Canon.
It probably is, to be fair. You can't knock him. Can't knock it. I've had seen them contemporary big lens, and it's the best lens I've ever had.
Heather asks, what Facebook groups are you in, Lee?
Oh my gosh. Right. You want to start off because I'm in about 40, so I'll start reading them out now. I'm in a few. Macro non-insects. Yeah, that's a new one, like I say, Stuart. Then I'm in professional. I can't even pronounce half of these. Happy and snappy. That's a good one for the beginner who's just starting out. I'm in low. Oh, trust me, I'm in low. Just log on to my Facebook, Leo, and have a look through. I'm on loads. Macro photography, new creative macro photography. Like I say, Andy Taylor has got a lot of good groups going, which, like I say, he rewards his people. Trust me, he does certificates, online certificates, trophies, which are my first trophy from him. So there is some more. But what I'll do is I'll put them on my Facebook link, or when I do one of my videos, I'll link them at the bottom so people can have a look.
I'm in 3.
Yeah, but
that's it.
I'm a popular person.
Macro World non-insects, and extreme macro photography.
Yeah,
that's it.
He's boring.
It's not that. It's just
no.
I mean, it's hard enough to keep up with the feed as it is with those groups, and there is a bit of a problem with the feed. I'll be honest with you, because I created the groups using my business page, and now when anyone posts in the group, it pops up on my business page as a notification that I need to look at. Yeah, it's a pain. It really is.
I love my Facebook groups. I can't. You can't beat Facebook groups. To me, Facebook groups are a brilliant way to meet people, get information. But like Stuart says, he has had a bit. Okay, they're toxic.
We got my group's not toxic because I kick him out.
No,
Andy Taylor's come back with an answer.
Oh no,
okay, here we go. So, drops smaller than 1 millimeter in diameter will obtain 95% of their terminal velocity within 2 meters. But above this size, the distance to get to terminal velocity increases sharply. Okay. Right.
That was good, mate. That was a good answer.
Entertain them while I. Okay, we got another one from Andy Taylor here. Just want to say that this is a great video, great photographers, and Lee Hall is becoming a very interesting photographer.
Only because of you, my friend, to be fair, isn't it? Come on, let's face it. Without you pushing me on your groups and one thing and another, where would I be? I've got my backgrounds and where I've come from, so big thank you. Big thank you, mate.
Chas Clark asks, what is the model of the Laowa 100mm 2x lens? That is the, it's the Laowa 100mm f2.8 ultra macro lens APO, something like that. So you'll see it on the website. You can't miss it.
Ellen, would you do one-to-one workshops? I would do one-to-one. You are.
I want to, yeah.
I like to do group ones. I would do one-to-ones if someone said to me, could you do one-to-one, because I suffer with anxiety and depression like myself or whatever, then I understand, and personally, yeah, I would do it, not a problem.
Phil Graves says, I've never done or thought about macro photography until I saw both of your YouTube channels. Bought a Sigma 105 just before lockdown and haven't looked back since. That's great news. I like inspiring new photographers.
My good friend Phil Graves, who actually got me onto Black Country Radio. And not Stewart.
Okay, Anders, Stuart, did you not start with another YouTube channel before your macro channel? Yes, I had. I had a Photoshop YouTube channel. Then I went to Space Art, and then I started a gaming channel, and then I settled on macro photography in the end.
That's why he's so good on computers, because his background gives him the knowledge, where I'm only good with hammer and nails or a chisel and whatever, so there
you go. Okay, Amy Louise, is it? You should get people to tag you in their photography on Instagram and do a weekly shout out and say what you like specifically. I prefer to do the critique show. because I'll be honest with you, people tag me no matter whether I ask them or not. So it don't really make a difference for me.
But I'm thinking of doing that because I'm more of a. I like to get out more and to the people. I like to interact. I'm an interactive person. I'm a sharing, caring sort of thing. So I've got more time to do that than what Stuart's got. So it's sort of I'm into it and he isn't. So I will, like I say, it's something I'm looking into it.
I'm not very good at social media. I'll be honest with you. I'm not very good at all. No. It's one of my things I need to really
push at
get into. Yeah, I know how to do it. It's just that I'd rather get on with the next project or the next video than sit on Facebook or Instagram going, yeah. Check out my latest image. You know,
that's me.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Colours of Light says, what you've been made redundant, so to hear that, mate. Not to worry, you've still got us. There you go, then. You've still got the community.
That's all it's about, isn't it? That's all we need, a community. Like I say, this
he's done it again.
I was made redundant, and that's what started my anxiety and depression off a long time ago, and a lot of bad things happened. But this time, I'm in totally a different situation. Like I say, with your help, I'm beating it. Look, right. It's not bubbly.
We've got on to what Emma was on about. She's basically was saying it was about why you both don't have more merch. Well, my merch is coming out. This is actually a test T-shirt of my Jumping Spider T-shirt, and if it passes the wash test, so if it survives the wife washing it, which is it's quite brutal on.
Nipples.
Leave my nipples alone. It's quite brutal on my clothes. If it survives that, then this will be available on the website. As for Lee Hall. You can't avoid it. You've got to have some sort of merch.
I have got something on the line. Yes, there is something. Look, you gave it back. Now, there is something on the line. Do I look good in it? When I was a lad, I was bicycle mad. No, it does suit me. Now, I am looking at some T-shirts, but it's a simple thing. It's like putting merch out there, but I'm not here to make. I'm not on YouTube to make money, so
and that's his problem.
And that's probably the problem. But like, for me to do a T-shirt with my design or whatever, if I have a group or something else, then I'd think about doing a merch.
Mm-hmm.
But at the moment, I'm happy doing what I want. I am looking into some merch, but it's not with me going on ordering. I don't know.
I think he'll grow into it. You don't order him.
Print on demand, isn't he?
Yeah. I think he'll grow into it once he's got a website where we can actually put them on. Because that's where everything starts. Website. You got to get a website. You got to get the portfolio done.
Yeah, but what would you rather have? Right. Because I have one of these that goes out like in a Nike, whatever, at the top of the range, and you know what I mean, get smelly stuff and $1 spray, mate. You know,
okay, carry on.
But what would you rather have? Would you rather have a T-shirt, or would you rather me design something that you can actually physically use, that you can keep, and is not going to wash away, or because at the end of the day, it's right me selling T-shirts.
That's the same thing.
Yeah, but what now? Merchandise is these clothing.
Yeah.
I don't want to clothing.
It helps support the channel.
Yeah, but if I can make something, water droppers or something dodgy. Yeah.
Are you going to be making water droppers, are you? Well, that's an interesting one, because I wouldn't mind reviewing one of those on my channel.
Well, I've got something else coming out as well.
Have you? What's that?
I ain't telling you.
Why?
Live. Little pinch my ideas. It's him on there, he'll be after me.
Okay.
No, I will be looking at something, but like I say, I'd rather do something that you can have like Stu does, physical backgrounds or something like that, where you can actually use it. Because at the end of the day,
Emma's confirmed, yes, it's about doing T-shirts, hoodies, and caps with both your logos on. My logo, I don't think will ever go onto a T-shirt, because that's my logo. But I will have things like this. Yeah. I can't talk about what's going to be made because someone might steal the idea, and I've got other ideas.
See, man, it's no YouTube that's going to start.
So I've got stuff coming out. This one will be coming out in a few weeks. This one, you can get it in white with black eyes or black shirt with white eyes.
Because it's only like black eye.
And the interesting thing about this is only people that own jumping spiders will know that that is a jumping spider. So you can sit next to people on the bus and they won't freak out.
I'll tell you what. Shall we have a bit of a competition then? Right, I'll design the T-shirt. Yeah. Stuart's got his T-shirt. Yeah. We'll see how many sells.
Probably none, probably.
But I hope it'll be funny, won't it?
Well, but people hassled me to do macro world merch and no one bought it.
Yeah, but be a bit of a fun, won't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Who wants one? Put your name down now and give them free just to beat him. I'm a joke.
Okay, we got one from Stephen Tanner. Stuart, why the EOS R as I am looking to upgrade? At present, I have the 800D suggestions, please. My suggestion would be wait until the Canon R5 comes out. That would be my suggestion, because no matter what camera you're looking at, I know you're not going to be buying the R5, but when that R5 drops, there are going to be so many EOS Rs on the second-hand market that they're going to get inundated, because everybody is going to sell their EOS R and upgrade to the R5, except for me. Okay, so my suggestion for you would be, no matter what camera you're going for, I would actually go, I'll go a little bit further. I'll go get mirrorless, okay? If you're doing macro photography, get mirrorless, because that focus peaking option and seeing your image in the EVF is absolutely fantastic. But wait for the R5 to officially get announced, because then, like I said, you know, everyone's going to be selling their EOS Rs. I can tell you now, if I wasn't doing YouTube, I would flog my EOS R to get the R5, definitely.
Yeah.
So I would wait till the R5 is announced.
I had to go to CSI, and believe me, he was phenomenal, because I don't know if you've ever used somebody else's, tried to have a go with somebody else's camera. Now my 7D and my 7D hasn't got it's just normal. It's ain't got a touchscreen. Where my 750D, it's a cheap camera, but it's got a touchscreen, so it's easier to work. So you try and work between the two. And I had to go with Stewart, and it's all over the place, but absolutely fantastic. But I think I'll stick to what I've got.
Spitfire says, nearly 6,000 subscribers. Lee, goes to show how you inspire people with your photography.
God bless you, Spitfire.
Okay, question from Steve Innings. I'm looking to start extreme macro. Have you tried it?
No, but Steve,
We know a man who can tell you.
right? And you know me really well, yeah. You trust me, right? But this bloke on here, yeah, Yurik, is going to be doing a YouTube channel, because we're going to kick his arse there, because he's one of the best photo stackers you'll ever see, and believe me, he knows his stuff, and he'll tell you anything you want to know, because he's not scared. He ain't bothered. You know what I mean? What I mean, he's the man to go on to. So what I'll do is I'll try and drop you a link. Are you on Stuart's Discord? That's all, Steve.
A lot of people don't know about the Discord channel,
don't they?
No.
So you want to go on Stuart's site, Steve, go on Stuart's site.
It's not actively advertised, to be fair.
You need to go
post on there. But we do have a Discord channel where you can actually come on. Instead of us doing this, you can actually talk to us one-on-one. You can have group conversations.
Yeah, we did the other day. We did.
People.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Anders, can you do me a favour? Can you drop a link to the Discord channel? I don't know if you can. You should be able to. He's an admin. So.
Yeah, try joining this, because like I say, there's some brilliant people on there. Not just macro, we've got extreme macro. Yeah. You got the people like, you know, Don Comriachi's on there, comes on there regular. We've got the main man, another main man, he hasn't even popped up, but I know he's watching. Anders Malloyne, who's on there.
We've got Don Comriachi.
Yeah, I've just said Don. How can he be, you know?
Well, I'm reading through the comments, so I'm the admin tonight.
I thought he was on there. Then if he said Don's on there, then I'd have been passed out.
No, I'm going to guess he's probably dealing with his kid at the moment, because he's realising what kids are like now.
When I first met Stuart, and I met him and he thought I was a stalker, to be fair, but when I first met him, he went to his house and he took me up to his studio and and one thing. But I was sitting there and I was talking. We was chatting away, and he went, "Yeah, you listen to this." I said, "What?" And he goes, "Yeah, just put these on." And I put it on. Hello, is that Lee?
Yeah, that was good.
Hello, who's this? That's Don. You think I'm back to Night Owl's worse then? Trust me, but he got me. But he's on there.
Okay. Emma Jaws saying that you're the big bro to her, always followed you. Yeah.
You're a nut. I thought I'm a nutter. What's it say? What does Emma say?
That you're like a big brother, and she's always followed you.
Bless her.
What are your feelings about the Tokina 100 macro lens? Never used it. If Tolkien are watching,
I bet me, go on.
Actually, no, we could do. Well, if there's any brands out there that do macro lenses, if you send a macro lens to us, you get 2 for 1. Get two reviews for 1 lens being sent out.
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
Phil Bell says, Horn & Wood is a good name for your combined YouTube channel.
Not bad, actually.
Combined YouTube channel might be an interesting one.
That could be a good one, actually.
That could be really high-end stuff, though.
Yeah, and low-end for me. Sure.
Anders says, never forget to enjoy the photography, as it's regardless of what you do for style. If you don't enjoy it, it's never going to be any good.
And you're spot on. You are right.
Absolutely spot on.
This is what it's all about tonight. I mean,
I can actually just emphasise on that because my photography got fun and shot off on Instagram and on Facebook when I stopped caring what people thought about it.
Yes, it's like I was speaking to somebody the other day, and they were saying I can't do this and I can't do this and blah blah blah. And I said you can do it, and I can't. I said you can. And he told me his own problem, and I stopped him in tracks. He says, I think I'm too critical on myself, and that's the point. You ain't got to be critical on yourself. What you don't like, somebody else will love. We can't always think we're going to get the perfect picture. You can get months without getting a perfect picture and something that you're happy with. But it doesn't mean that you got to stop enjoying photography or. No, I mean, I'll go out often and do landscape photography. Now, you know me for macro. I do wildlife photography. It's a change. It changes better than the rest. I do landscape photography. So I'm crap at it. Don't be wrong, but I enjoy doing it. That's what it's all about. Enjoying, having fun, being part of a team, and that's what you want on my channel, a team.
Jill Simmons says, Have you had your camera sensor cleaned? If so, how and where and when? No, we do it ourselves. I'll clean mine myself. I've got a video on my channel that shows you how to clean your sensor. So check that out, sensor swabs.
I've never done mine.
If you check out, there's a video on my channel how to clean your camera sensor. Have a look at how easy it is. And that's what the shops do. This is what the shops do. They put a little bit of a solution. No, don't grip it. Put a little bit of solution on the swab there, and then they just wipe across your sensor, and that's it. You can do it yourself at home.
Back. I don't do it because I'm crap.
All right.
And I will break it, so maybe I'm heavy-handed. I just lift mine up, lock the mirror up, puff it out more.
New to macro photography, what lens would you recommend for a Nikon D7200? Lower. For anyone out there who's asking what lens you recommend, I say lower every single time because it's half the price of the ones out there. That or the Sigma 105.
It depends what your budget is. You can't. There again, like I said, I can't tell people I'm on a budget, so I'll go for low end stuff.
This is why if you're on a budget, the lower is a very good lens.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
So not only is the one I recommend, it's also the one for budget. So
yeah, it beats hands down. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. And when you've got people like top people saying use it, you think all wrong.
Right, Barry Johnson says, love to do a workshop with both of you. We ought to do a workshop together, wouldn't we?
Yeah. Fancy it, Baz. Fancy me and Stu rocking up.
And he says a lens cleaning video would be great. Already covered that.
I did one
earlier this year, so it's quite new. Oh God, see that?
Wow, it's popped up again.
Okay, Anders has put a link to the Discord channel in the chat. So if you want to join the Discord channel, we're both on there.
I would seriously think about joining that. It's fantastic. What's Anders' line say? Low for? What's it? What? Robert done wrong now.
What are you talking about? Not long ago, remember? I'm gonna have to skip that. I'm just have to skip it down.
Yeah.
Okay, keep them talking. Oh, this is an interesting. Where would you say the best place to purchase the Laowa lens is? I'd say Laowa's main website. Yeah.
I just look. I use MPB a lot, so I'm second-hand sort of guy. So if I was going to look at one, if I could get one which I dare to, would it be MPB? To be fair, see if we get it cheaper.
Okay, Mets fan says, thank you, Lee, for sharing your story. I too use photography for therapy. It relaxes me. When anxiety tries to get the better of me, you both rock. I've learned so much from the two of you.
Excellent. Thank you so much, and it is. You know what?
Yeah.
Every time I get stressed, I pick that camera up and I walk out that door. As simple as, I pick that camera up and just.
Or phones me up.
I found Stewart up, like I says. It's usually Stewart. If you don't answer, then up.
Hey, Discord. Yeah.
What's your.
I'm
I'm
trying to pull out the questions.
You're going to join me after all.
RAF Coningsby, is it? When are you going to join me at RAF Coningsby for some aviation?
After the chat we had the weekend, it will be very soon, trust me. Like I said, I've got my lenses already.
Do I get to go with you?
If you want to come, have a blast. You come and listen, just because you got it done, you can't get out with me. See, I had to kick his arse all the time. Yeah, he kicks my arse, I had to kick his arse. Definitely having a go now. It's like I says, I have a go at Mars photography, and so I don't mind having a go at anything. I love getting out, trying new things.
David Mendel says, I am always tough on myself and my photos. I have to learn to stop being critical of myself. Now, I can't answer that question because I'm doing the same thing. I've thrown away pictures Lee would love to have in his portfolio.
And I've given him rollickins. I was going to say bollickins, but I'll give him rollickins about it all because you can't keep doing this. This is when you lose inspiration, it's because you're pushing yourself too much. You're being too hard on yourself. You're forgetting how you started, what you're doing, and where you come from. So stop pushing yourself. Stop being hard on yourself because we all get these times, and this is the main thing. When you start losing inspiration, it's because you're being too hard on yourself. A lot of photographers go months. You can ask any photographer, they go months without a good picture. The next day they go out and they can take 10,000 good pictures. It's just the way it works. I do the same with water droplets. I could take 1,000 pictures tomorrow and throw 1,000 pictures away. You know, it's just the way it goes. But to me, that's good because that means that makes me work a little bit harder next time. But I'm not going to push myself and make myself bad just because I can't take that picture. You know, it's photography. It's not a picture. It's photography.
Ian Bell says, Lee, your channel really inspired me to do macro photography during lockdown.
Thank you so much, mate. I know. Yeah, I'll speak to you a bit. So, like I said, anytime, anytime you have any trouble or get stuck or anything, drop me a message. I'll always help you out. What about that? I'll ask any people who message me. I'm straight back to them. Especially Peter in Australia, always on the phone to him, messaging him.
I'm just going to pick out the questions we can answer.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
I'm just trying. I can't even read. But Stuart can see.
They're all talking about being self-critiqued and that.
Self-critiqued. Yeah. That's because people do think we all critique ourselves. It's not good, really, personally.
And the chap's getting behind us to get Ulrich to start his extreme macro photography. I'm assuming it's extreme macro he's doing.
He's got to do it.
It better be.
He wants to be because he ain't copying my water drop pictures. I'll tell you that now.
Unless it's extreme macro water drop, like surface of a planet, but it's actually a water drop.
It would be with him. That's how close you can get it and perfect to get it. You don't smash everything up.
I have a Nikon D7200. I have a Nikon 105 lens my son brought me. Stop coming up. Haven't heard of Laura until I saw it on Stuart's channel. Happy with my 105mm. Really enjoyed tonight's guide tonight. So yeah, thank you. That's good. I'm glad you're all enjoying it. Does
anybody want me to do any videos or can recommend anything that you want me to try and do or help you out with? Feel free to let me in the comments so I can help and do some videos. I don't mind that. You know, I can keep thinking of ideas, but it's nice if you interact. Like I says, I like to try and keep my channel as a community friendly channel. So
I think we need to get Emma on the Discord channel.
Emma, yeah, you won't shut her up.
That's what we want.
As a yam gone posh.
Oh, she's your follower, so get her on Discord.
Emma, do it. Yeah, you know.
Ian Bell, if you okay, Max Payne, what a name. What a name. Canon EFS 60mm 2.8 macro, good or shit? Are you going to upgrade to full frame? That's that's my question, because if you're going to upgrade to full frame, unless you go with the EOS R, you're not going to be able to use that lens on a full frame camera. This is why when I had crop sensors, I always bought full frame lenses because I knew I would eventually go to a full frame camera. And even if you use that lens on the EOS R, it's going to automatically put the camera into crop mode, which is, well, what's the point of having a full frame if it's going to go to crop mode? So personally, I would future-proof yourself and go for full frame lenses.
The world is going.
A full frame Canon lens will work on both full frame and APS-C cameras. An APS-C lens will only work on an APS-C camera body. So I would go for a full frame lens, even though you are going to be paying the extra. It means if you upgrade to a full frame body, you're not buying out again for another lens that's going to work with your body.
Why not, Phil Bell? What not to do belly dancing? I was thinking
no, you're not doing belly dancing. I was going to say, think about it.
I ain't doing belly dancing. Yes, Daddy.
Ian Bell says, if you guys had a field trip, a trip up to Northumberland for a field trip, you would have loads of tagging along. Yeah.
I'm thinking about coming up that way anyway. I want to do a bit of landscape photography up that way, so I'm going to be up. So I was up that way last year. This time last year, I was getting through Northumberland and up that way. Really missed it because I can't do it this year with the lockdown.
Fire says, Lee, I have sent you an image after seeing one of your videos. I did not think you would reply and inspired me with your comments. Carry on.
Wow.
It says he didn't think you'd reply to him, but you did, and it inspired him.
Bless. Like I said, my aim is to respond and reply to everybody, because at the end of the day, that's what I'm doing the channel for. If I can't reply, it means I feel a failure if I can't reply to everything. Yeah. But like I said earlier on, if I see a decent picture and it's pin sharp and perfect, and I see that photographer doing it regular, he's a good photographer. But if I see somebody who's improving, I'll always comment, because to me, an improving photographer is better than a class photographer at the end of the day, because we all want to grow together. Like myself say, I'm new to be a photographer myself, so if we can grow together, it's a lot better.
Yeah.
And
it's a lot more fun with company, isn't it?
Yes. I'm all for the beginner. I'm all for new learners. Somebody who shows a tiniest bit of improvement, to me, is a good photographer, because you're willing to learn and get like myself. I've done, like I say, Steve Innings, Andy Taylor, the rest of the people on there, who've helped me. Stewart Wood. Without these, I would be, after, like I say, it's my third year photography. Where would I be? I wouldn't be this close. It's only because I've learned and I've pushed myself to do it. But I haven't been hard on myself. I just pushed myself to learn, and this is what I like to do now. That's why I started my YouTube. It's to help you a lot, and like Stuart's helping me now, and I'm going to try and help you.
I help you, and you help Ulrich.
Ulrich,
and then help somebody else. It goes on and on and on.
It's just a friendly circle.
Emma Giles says, "Have you seen Andy Taylor's comment about Birmingham?" That would be a no, and the reason is the chat. I'm not being ignorant, but I'm constantly looking at the chat down here, okay? But it's bouncing up and down, so I do miss some questions. So if your question hasn't been answered, pop it in the chat again, okay?
Why, Emma? Send it me on. What's he put there? Bring it back up, please.
Anders says, yes, we need more people on Discord. Yes, we need more voice people on Discord. People that will jump into the voice chat and use a headset to talk to each other.
Because that's what it's. I mean, fantastic. First time I actually joined the voice chat, because I'm a bit nervous. Like, so I can do this on a camera because you ain't there all in front of me, sort of thing. If you was all there standing there, I might be a little bit. But it's great on Discord because, like I say, it's a friendly community, and we don't only talk macro. We can talk about everything, so it's nice.
Emma Giles is saying, what is Discord? So Discord is a video and voice chat service. Gamers use it to communicate while playing games, but I've created a Macro World a Discord server where you can pop on, you can text to talk to people, you can go into the voice channels where you can actually talk to other macro photographers, or just other people in general, I should say, and you can also do video calls to each other, and it's all free. The whole lot is free.
You can have private chats, you can have group chats, video call each other, screen share. So like when I get stuck, I can screen share my screen, so Stuart can get through to me and tell me exactly what to do and where to go on the computer. It's a good, fantastic idea, to be fair. I'm really enjoying this. I mean, we should have gone on earlier.
Lee, oh, this is from Anders. Lee and Stewart, when are you coming to Sweden to do a macro adventure? As soon as you pay for the ticket.
Yeah, as soon as I know. Chuckle Brothers. I don't think they'll let us say the UK, mate, to be fair. And we're going to Australia first. We're going to see Jan Bell.
Yeah, but we're going to need somewhere to stay, so.
Yeah, don't put us up. We can always, it's going to be the summer. We'll sleep on hammocks. It's Australia.
Okay, could you do more handheld photo stacking and the full processing workflow to final image? Keep an eye on the website. You might be surprised as to what's coming out soon. What is your Discord? Discord is linked. Anders has put it in, so that's.
I don't do, like I said, I don't do focus stacking, so it's.
Have you considered streaming live on Twitch? Yes, I have. However, I don't like the fact they don't save your videos. If you live stream on Twitch, your videos are only saved for 2 weeks.
I know I was on Twitch. I've done a dance.
You?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was funny.
So I've looked into it, but I want to keep things simple. Just stick to YouTube for now. Okay, Steve Innings just joined Discord. I'll be on when work allows. Yes, Steve Innings is on Discord. So
good man. I'll see you. So you just give me a nudge anyway. You'll see me on there.
People saying we think we should do a workshop. You know, when all this madness is over, we can look into doing it.
It's the lockdowns that's
yeah.
The lockdown that's really bright. Like so, I had them all planned. One in Blackpool to start off with. Like so, Andy Taylor was doing one. Andy Taylor down south. So you know, I had it all sort of planned out, and it was like, yeah, we're ready to go. And then this kicked in. Not good. I want to travel to do them more than people come to me. See, it's nice to go and work with people in their environments.
Andy Taylor now about the thing. Right. How would Lee Stewart and Emma Giles like to do some splash art photography with a splash art kit in July in Birmingham for a day?
Definitely. Definitely.
Send us the info. That's what I say.
Yeah, I love it. You know where I. You know
where this social distancing allows.
We can always chuck the Wi-Fi out and we can do it here anyway. So we'll always sort something out. Like I says, if you want to do a workshop and not a problem, or just meet up. I'll miss you. I'll wish you was down here. We shouldn't live around the corner, to be fair. And I want to see that splash art doing working as well. Yeah,
splash art's not something I've done.
Ain't it?
No.
I loved it, but when
I've never done anything like that. So
when Andy come to my house and we was going to do splash art, and like I said, I just started YouTube and not video. I've done one of his. But what had happened is he hadn't used it for a long time, and he put the splash art kit in his shed, and not forgot all about it. And what happened is when the pipes crowded inside, so the water couldn't come through because it was gunked up. Right. So he had to get a new, which they did. They sent him one because he lives virtually around the corner from where they make them.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, and I'm absolutely. But when they work, they can get some fantastic results. You know, I'm a water up man. So
maybe I'll have to do a video of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Properly, what you can do.
Lee Mansfield is now on Discord. That's good. Need another link to Discord, and Anders already there. That's why you have him as an admin, you know.
He's all right, Anders. Good man, Anders.
He's a good man, Anders.
Yeah. I'll buy you a drink.
Grafter Bells. That's going to be Phil or Jan. I don't know which one it is. But yeah, come to Australia. Plenty of camping gear.
No, the man.
Yeah. I want peacock jumping spiders.
I'll be up all night anyway.
I want peacock jumping spiders, man.
Listen, just give me an hammock. I'll be alright. I ain't bothered. As long as the crocs don't get me, I don't care.
Okay, Stu Lee, do you do any other photography apart from macro?
Yes.
I do portraits from time to time.
I started off originally doing wildlife, so I'm a wildlife photographer, from macro photographer, but I'm just opening myself up now to a bit of landscape photography because I love landscape. Because
I should ask the community why we got them here. That would they, even though we're known as macro photographers, if we were to do, say, portraits or landscapes, would you be interested to see those on our channel as well?
I don't mind doing a landscape or.
Yeah, because a lot of people go, wildlife, but it's a macro photography channel. Why are you putting landscape on for? So, you know.
Yeah, but you know what? I look at this is where I tell a lot of people why you should diverse in different things, because you look at you're thinking macro photography, yeah, but then you think, but there's nothing for me in landscape photography, but there is, because a landscape photographer knows how to frame a picture,
Yeah.
use a leading line,
Yeah.
where and compositions and lights.
And landscape photographers also photo stack.
And landscape photographers also photo stack. So this is what I said when we had the lockdown, and I made my video about why landscape photographers should make good macro photographers.
Can I just put in, Anders, if you edit the link, you can set it to always rather than just being 60 seconds, okay, mate? Yeah. The link to Discord is only 60 seconds
That's
long.
why I say landscape photographers. So that's why I do landscape.
Everyone's saying yes. Very interested though if we do some other form of photography, put it on the channel.
Well,
that's why my channel's called Stewart Wood and not Stewart Wood Macro Photography.
Yeah, he taught me how to do macro
and
photography.
I am working on the spiders on a naked woman video as well, so keep an eye out for that.
And I'm doing one on I'm doing one on a naked man for the women. So
we gotta wait for this whole lockdown thing to get out the way so we can get that filmed.
Yeah,
I'm thinking we should film it here.
We can film it. It's big enough, isn't it?
Yes, more room, eh?
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, but that's what I think, that doing other genres of photography is doing other types of photography is the genre of photography is a lot better, and because it gives you a lot more understanding of your subjects and how to frame and different things. So I'm well into all different types of photography.
Okay, so there's a lot of people saying that would be interested in watching other types of photography from us. That's good to know.
Right, I'm going down the chase.
Right, I think unless we've got any more specific questions, I think we'll end it there because we've been going an hour and 50 minutes.
What?
Yeah. You can chat for England, you can. You're worse than me.
Okay then, I suppose. So
we'll hang around for 5 minutes in case you've got any more questions. Pop them in the chat.
Listen, like I said, thank you all. I'm over the moon for how many people have been on tonight and watching me, and the lovely comments, and getting to the end of it with me, because trust me, 10 minutes before this, well, 2 minutes before this, should I say, I was a bag of nerves and I had to run to the toilet. Right, that's why I said 2 minutes. Well, I say that's Stuart did because I had to run to the toilet. But thank you ever so much. I really appreciate all your kindness and your support. And like I say, if you've got any questions, just plop them in, find me and ask us. Do you know what I mean? Not a problem. I'm always there to answer them. If I can't answer them, I know a man who will.
I'd say if they're contacting me, contact me on social media, not YouTube. Because I don't know if anyone is aware, but there's a lot of these auto bots that are going around on people's channels asking questions and saying, "Oh, I like you" and all this stuff. And to be fair, if someone asks a specific question on YouTube, I can tell that's a human, because there's no way a bot's going to go, "What about this lens or that lens?" But the whole "Oh, I like you" and all that, we can't reply to them because we can't tell if they're bots or not. So my best way is if you contact me through my Facebook page or Instagram, which is at Stewart Wood Art.
And mine's just, where I am, because you've already messaged me. There you go.
Sue says, "You both are fantastic. Thank you so much for being such a big inspiration." Thank you very much.
God bless you all. That's all I can say. I can't thank
you enough. Keep it up. Will this be a photo event with the nude and spider? My main photography is art nude, black and white. It'll most likely be a video on the YouTube channel when I finally get around to doing it.
I love black and white.
Actually, I did that in black and white.
I know, that's what I mean. I'm a big fan. If somebody puts a picture up in a macro picture or a picture, I'll tell you now, I'm going to favour a black and white one over the colour one every day, because I think there's more detail and passion into it.
Emma says, "Well done, guys. So proud and happy for you, Lee."
Thank you, Em.
I learned a lot from you.
And congratulations, Emma, as well, for passing your module.
Great live stream. Yep, everything's great. No more questions. So what about the 24mm for macro? Shut up, Anders.
Anders,
it's not a macro lens. I don't care what it says on the side of the bloody lens. Anders Malone says, "Thank you guys for spreading the knowledge."
Anders Malone, thank you for watching. You're an inspiration to me, so thank you. I appreciate.
He's an inspiration to a lot of people.
But you think so? If you haven't checked Anders Malone out, check Anders Malone out, because Anders Malone is probably the best nature macro photographers you will ever meet.
Yeah.
And I mean that. He's good. He's very, very good. For Anders Malone to comment even on one of the pictures, I'm quite happy to watch. I'm on it. So thank you, Andy. Thank you, Mr.
And
Ryan.
we'll speak to you again soon in the Discord channel.
Yeah, and he's on Discord anyway.
It's always fun to talk to you in Discord. CC Photographer says, come down to Suffolk for black and white seascapes, Lee. If we ever meet up with CC Photography, I'm taking a copy of Luminar.
I'm going to give him a copy of Luminar.
Yeah, I'm going to send him a copy of Luminar.
Should we put it on a Mac for him as well?
Yeah.
CC, we'll send you a Mac. I'd love to come down there, CC, to be honest, like I said.
Phil Bell says, cheers, mate. Thanks for your kind words. Great work. When is the next one? When's the next one? Tell you what you do, if you want another one like this, just hassle Lee. Hassle Lee. Yeah?
I got a name for my spider.
Oh, we'll find one. Just hassle Lee if you want him to do another one. That's the best way to do it.
I'm going to go with Fizz for my spider, because I like that. Because I like the air. Yeah. And like I says, when it's playing up, I can get Fizzy now. So it'll be good, won't it? Huh?
Yep.
I like Fizz. Thank you very much.
John says, thank you guys for introducing me to macro photography on your YouTube channels. I watch them on lockdown. Excellent. That's great. I like when new photographers discover macro. And realise just how easy it is as well.
Do you know what? It surprised me when the lockdown started and like I say, a lot of landscape photographers I was like wanting to do something, and I got a few people, talked to a few people, and they all tried it. And when I seen the pictures that they was doing, and there's like, well, we landscape, and I put it into perspective, like I told you about leading lines and aperture and blah blah blah, and depth of field and whatever. And that was absolutely brilliant. And a lot of people, all they was using was them and their normal lenses they use for landscape.
Emma Giles says, thank you, Lee. I've got 10 more modules to do. So good luck on that.
Good luck, yeah.
And
get them done and stop chatting on here.
To the next one. Andrew Malign says, the honour is mutual, my friends.
God bless you.
I love Andrew Malign.
Oh,
I love his accent.
Yeah. He went for his last dip in the sea as well the weekend.
Okay, you two have really helped my sanity through this Tom Hanks disease era.
Yeah.
We can't say it because YouTube will really hammer the video down if we do. Yeah. But yeah, Tom Hanks disease is quite quite
funny diseases.
Yeah.
It's good. Bit of a joke now. If we all stop to doing what we do, we'll get there.
Okay. Ulrich says we have to take a selfie with CC holding his copy of Luminar.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Well,
I need the toilet.
Yeah, because Lee needs to go to the toilet. I don't, because I'm used to it.
Yeah, but I'm older than you.
Only by 1 year.
Oh, right, yeah. Who's that one comment on the top? The very who's the best macro photographer? Because we've got a bit of thing there. We love your macro photography. Was it?
I don't know. Someone said they love us. They love our macro photography, and we want to know which one's the better one.
Yeah, I think I'm better. I'm better look. Well, I'll get him the better looking if I can be the better photographer.
I'll get rid of that.
Yeah, I don't mind. Yeah. Right. Thank you all for watching once again. And from me.
Yeah, and from me, thank you for watching.
And good night.
Looks like this has been a very successful test for the computer, and the setup is working quite well.
You've done me proud, people.
Although you won't have the camera next time, though, because that's my camera.
They took time, yeah.
After that, that's my overhead.
Oh, shit, yeah. Okay.
That's the only time you've ever sworn.
I done well!
You did well.
Yes, I only got one swear word.
Okay, then. So we're going to leave it there, guys. We want to thank you again. If you want another live, then hassle this man here for him. Or if you want him on my channel, you have to hassle me. I wish you'd come to my house next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can show people just how small that bedroom is.
Yeah, but the trouble is, though, if I have to do this house, Christine Wood's going to batter me with a frying pan. So, I've had it.
You said it, not me.
No, I'm already dead, ain't I?
Right, so, again, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you on the next live stream. You have to wait that.